In this video, I'm going to share with you how on your website, you can double the amount of leads that you're getting for your home service business. And this isn't just theory. I'm not pontificating. I'm not guessing. We've built over 1,000 websites for home services across a whole bunch of different industries at lawncarewebdesign.com and homeservicewebdesign.com. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to actually show real websites. So instead of me just giving you a lecture, I'm going to go show actual home service businesses that are doing it right and what they can do to improve. And if you're in the chat live, go ahead and comment your website and I'll pull it up live and actually diagnose what you can do to improve the site and get more leads. So I'm going to pull up the chat for myself here. If you are watching live, feel free to put the URL to your home service business in the chat. I will then go through your website. But let's go ahead and pull up the first one. This is one from yesterday that came in. This is Northwest Softwash. So they do soft washing. They're actually not too far away from where I live in Washington. And so let's look at their site here. So first things first, I really like the fact that they got the service pages. And in the bottom left-hand corner there in Chrome, you can see it actually has like northwestsoftwash.com/gutter cleaning. Awesome. That way, when people search gutter cleaning in Google, it's going to be searching for that service page. So really good to have different pages for every service, not just one page, one web page with a whole bunch of services listed off. Okay, so that's a first good thing. This is a clickable button. You can see in the bottom left also on Chrome that on mobile, this is going to be a button. One thing I just noticed is this is not clickable. So I would try to change this into a button. So if someone sees the number, they can quickly call or text. Same thing here. This should automatically be a button that they can click on and email you instead of just text on the screen. The gentle way to clean your home's exterior. I really like this. Exterior soft washing and pressure washing services in Portland and Vancouver. So they are clearly stating what they do and who they serve. That's the most important thing when it comes to your home service website is when they show up, do they know what you do? And do they know if you serve their service area, their town, or not? So having the Portland, Vancouver is good. I would probably put like comma Washington on here. Or I guess it'd be Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington. I would add those in here. From an SEO perspective, a title of a page is going to be something that they really do look at quite a bit. All right, let's see what else we got here. I like the fact they got the estimate request form above the fold right here at the top. Very good. This will pre-fill a lot of the information. It's asking what services they want, and they click request a quote. I like that. Okay, let's look at this instant quote thing. So a little confusing is you have a lot of CTAs. So you have a phone number as a CTA, you have an instant quote, and you have request a quote. So sometimes that can get a little confusing. I like instant quotes. Let's see what they got for instant quotes here. Whoa, what's happening? So this is actually not an instant quote. This looks like it's a phone number button. So these are the type of things you want to look at. So right now, behind this button is not any sort of instant quote. This is, you're calling them. So this is the type of thing that can confuse customers because I get here, I'm like, oh, I want an instant quote. I click on it, it's calling you. And so you're like, well, if I answer, then I can give them an instant quote. Most people, when they come to your website, they want to do business with you on their website. Otherwise, they just call you. They would click the button. If they wanted to call you, they would click this button up here. Okay? Or you know, they'd copy this phone number and text you, for example. So usually I want to meet the customer where they're coming to me from. If they're texting me, I'm going to try to stay on text. I'm not going to be like, oh, give me a call. It's like, no, I text you. If I am on your website, I want to keep them on my website and be able to do business with them. Let's keep looking here. So a couple definitely improvements on the buttons, both for email, calling, as well as clarifying what the instant quote actually means. So I love the picture. I love the fact that the photo on the side of the truck is the exact same thing on their website. So again, the first thing I love about this is like, I get to this website and I see their trucks, their employees, all the things that I saw when I'm out driving in the field. I see their truck driving by, I see their employees working. I now go to their website and I see the same thing. So I always think of it as like a sign is your truck. It's like a sign, rolling billboard. But if I'm driving to like a gym, I'm looking for the sign next to the road. I pull inside of the parking lot, and the next thing I'm looking for is the signage of that storefront. And the signage is your website when it comes to a home service business. And so if those things don't match, that's where you get a lot of people dropping off. So I like the fact that the estimate request form is above the fold. It's right up here at the top. 20 years plus years of collective experience, needs Portland since 2019. Love this photo. This is like the best photo of everything. Local brands that trust Northwest. Okay, this is more of a theme when you do after commercial, is to show logos. I would also say there's a lot of white space right here in terms of, as I scroll, the longer this homepage, see how long this web homepage is? This is a lot. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying this is a very, very long homepage. The objective of the homepage is to get them onto another page if they're looking for something very quickly, or get a quote. Because the vast majority of people who show up to your website want a quote. That's the objective that they're trying to achieve when they get to your website. And so I want to prioritize getting a quote. If they want to go look at other service pages, etc., great, do that from the menu. And then like cut out a lot of this dead space, because I want to reduce the amount of vertical scroll that I have as I go down this homepage. I like the fact though that they do have the integration with their Google account, so it's pulling in their reviews, very solid. They have 1,100 reviews, that's awesome. So they are probably doing automations to get reviews after the service. Connecting to Instagram, there's a whole bunch of photos in here, that's cool. I would probably put this on a different page. I want to optimize my homepage for two things: navigation and getting a quote, and that's about it. If they want to go check out my Instagram, etc., they'll do that. But I want to focus on either getting them to the right spot, either via navigation, or getting a quote via the estimate request form. So watch when I scroll from here: 1 scroll, 2 scrolls, 3 scrolls, 4 scrolls, 5 scroll. Like there's a lot of scrolling without finally asking for a quote again. The objective is to get a quote from this customer, get their information. And so if that's the objective, I want to have that call to action being very clear, which is I'm going to call you, ask them to call you, ask them to text you, or get an instant quote, and make sure the buttons are matching up correctly. Okay, if you have a website, in the chat, go ahead and put your URL, and I will go ahead and break down what you can improve on your website. Again, this is not one of our clients at Home Service Web Design, but you don't have to be. I'm happy to help anything that I can on your site. But one of the major things that we want to look at when we get to a home service website is, what are the titles? What are the text at the top of the screen? That's something that Google is scrubbing. If we go back to real quick on this ProWash, I'm also thinking about the mobile version of the site. And so this one looks like it's pretty optimized for a mobile site, but you would want to look at this really a lot on a mobile device, because about 80% of your traffic is going to come from a mobile device. And so if it doesn't look good on mobile, if you have to pinch way in, that's where you want to be careful of like these images and having a really long scrolling page. Is there's so much to load on the page, it slows down the load time. And if you slow down the load time, you are going to see a drop off in Google actually showing showing you on their ranking. Like to rank better on Google, you want to have a fast loading website. And so be careful with your homepage being so full of stuff. But see here, this is good. Clickable phone number, clickable email. Oh, no, this email is not clickable. But you want these clickable. When people see it on a mobile device, I want them to be able to tap on it and immediately be able to send me an email, immediately give me a call, and I'm optimizing for conversion. Now, one of the things I really like about this site, though, is that it shows, almost all of the pictures show their employees and their trucks. If you could slap your photo on any given home service company, like any other pressure washing, any other soft wash company, then you probably shouldn't have that image. Like the image, these ones especially at the top, are prime real estate. It's like the most expensive real estate on your website. So if it's not showing your trucks and your crew, it's a waste of space. If you're just using stock images or video, it's just not a great use of space when customers are coming to your site for your service. All right, do we have someone here in the chat? One second here. I can't scroll in here. I don't know why I can't scroll. Hey, I started a dog waste removal service in New Jersey. What would you say is important? I'm making a flat rate price with sanitation spray for free. Yeah, if you're doing pet waste removal, if you can get your prices standardized, I would definitely recommend doing instant pricing directly from your website. So it's super simple for someone just to see your prices and immediately be able to sign up for service. Even if it's a matter so for example, in Copilot, soon to be Homeworks, our objective this year is having instant quotes where from the website they can put their card information on file. But even if you just show the prices, they click accept and they give you their information, that's at least a starting point to be able to get accepted jobs instead of just interest via a contact form. It's got a Columbus, Augusta. Who is your dealer? Farm, Power, Lawn, and Leisure. Yes, it is. Plus, Augusta just got a deal with Xmark. Cool. We got a couple owners inside of Augusta here. Okay, if you have a home service business in the chat, go ahead and put your URL. There's another one here I will pull up. Give me 1 second. We got someone here. We got ProWash. Oh, there's another ProWash. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this one up here. Boom. Okay. See if you all can see this here. All right. This is another ProWash company, or I guess Softwash. So gutter cleaning and Christmas light installers in Bellingham. This is very local to where I live. So they've gone with more of the approach of graphics, less video. These pictures are pretty small. The reason I say that is because see this image behind here, what is that, a Honda Civic? That's what I saw on the road. And most people, when they come to your site, they've seen an ad, or they've seen your trucks, or someone's referred them. I want them to immediately see what they saw on the road. So in my opinion, like, it looks like, I guess this is maybe one of your employees, but like maybe you're cleaning glass. It's kind of hard to tell. I would just recommend showing your trucks, showing your guys working, your uniforms. But I do like the fact that they very specifically call out what they do and who they're serving, like what service area. We will instantly restore the look of your home. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we got Christmas lighting. I like the fact that they're doing Christmas lighting this time of year because it is closer to that season. I would say though now that we're in January, I'd probably be getting rid of this because no one's looking for Christmas lights. So again, every single pixel, every single image, everything has to earn its spot on your website because otherwise it's a waste of space. And so right now, is anyone going to be signed up for Christmas lights in January? No. And they won't be for the next 8 to 9 months. So I would remove that because it's not earning its spot on the page. Okay, we got a little text situation. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, what we have found to be really effective if you're going to do web chat is to not require them to immediately put their numbers in unless you're trying to reduce the usage. So if you're trying to reduce the usage and increase the quality of the leads, having what they have here is better because you're not going to get as many chats. But if you're like, I just want people on here chatting with me as quick as possible, you can have it where they start immediately chatting with you. You're going to get more leads. Okay, we got someone in the chat saying, we started off as a cleaning business that did mowing on the side, turned into a lawn care and landscaping business here. We decided to take snow on and landscape this year. We decided to take snow. Any advice for us? We are starting to use Copilot, Homeworks. We have hung on to cleaning accounts to keep all employees working in the winter. So it sounds like you have cleaning, you have landscaping, lawn care, and then you have snow removal. I think that in terms of, I would choose either snow or cleaning if you're trying to solve the off season. I personally would like snow more, mostly if depending where you live, because there's not any snow during your spring and your summer when you're busy with your landscaping and lawn care. And so traditionally, when it comes to an off-season service, I'm wanting to optimize for the service that has an inverse demand curve of my primary service. So if lawn care and landscaping is your primary service during spring and summer, I want to be able to optimize around snow, which is only busy in the winter. The problem with cleaning is you also have a lot more demand in the spring compared to the winter, unless you have like some sort of special projects in the winter. All right, Mike, if you were going to create a website, which builder would you use? How does Home Service Web Design manage so many? High level. We make $250,000 a year. Okay, so if you're going to design your own site, so I don't recommend anyone use Home Service Web Design unless you're doing over $200,000 in annual revenue. Until that point, there's a lot you can do with Google reviews and just ranking well on Google that way, posting well in your social media, as well as just create a site of some sort. Like Wix is good. Squarespace is good. Those are a couple options. There's Weebly. Square has a decent option too, if you're integrated in their system. Those are okay. They're just not going to rank great on Google. They don't load as fast as they should. The customization doesn't look as good. So for example, let's hop over to go back to my other screen here. I'll show you all a couple from Home Service Web Design, And again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a premium feel from your website. So that way when people get here, they're like, oh, this is not gonna be a cheap service. And you weed out people just from the quality of your website. So if I go to our work page here, you can go through here and see the different sites that we build. But if we just click on one of these, like for example, let's do this lawn and pest control company. Boom. Wait, oh, I'm gonna scroll up, there you go, all right. Oh, I can't click on them. Oh, sorry, we made these not clickable now. You could go search these on Google and see the actual companies. But you got Pro Lighting in here, Lawn and Landscaping, Responsive Hauling. But like when you go to these sites, it screams premium. And so it weeds out a lot of customers that otherwise are tire kickers because they know if your site looks really good, it's not going to be a cheap service. So when you're first getting started though, just use Squarespace, use Weebly, use Wix. These are services that might cost you 30 to 50 bucks a month. They're not gonna look the best, but the vast majority, like you can get over 250,000 in annual revenue just through reviews, referrals, going into Facebook pages, doing door hangers. You don't need to spend a ton on advertising. Now, I will say this, when it comes to your website, you guys can come back to me on the main screen, is I'm always thinking of it in terms of my very first, all my time and attention is first spent on free, which is going to be posting on Facebook pages. It's going to be posting wherever I possibly can in groups to be able to get new leads. It's gonna be knocking on doors, everything free when I'm first getting started. As you grow the business, your time is better spent out in the field doing the work, making 80 to 100 bucks an hour, not knocking on doors or in Facebook groups. That's when you start spending money on marketing. And when it comes to spending money on marketing, before I spend a single dollar on Facebook or Google, I'm gonna make sure my website's optimized so that when I go get ads, when I do door hangers, when I do any sort of paid traffic, that the people that come to my website actually convert into leads because my website is optimized. It loads fast. It looks good on a mobile device. The estimate request form's at the top. I make sure that I make it very clear my service area and what services I offer in the header of my website. These are the type of little things you want to dial in before you go spend gobs of money on Facebook or on Google or door hangers, because driving traffic to a page that doesn't convert is like advertising a bad sub shop that sells like soiled buns, like loaves. Like not a good idea to drive a bunch of traffic to a restaurant that has bad food. The same way it's not a great idea to drive a whole bunch of traffic to your website if it doesn't convert well. And so you get the fastest way to double the amount of leads that you're getting is to go from like a 1% conversion rate to a 2% conversion rate on your website. And so before you go spend gobs of money on Facebook, Google, and I've seen people spend like thousands of dollars. I talked to someone the other day spending $15,000 a month on Google ads alone. And their website had a lot of work it could have been improved on. And for less, like home service web design, 500 bucks a month, could have easily doubled the amount of leads they're getting just from conversion rate optimization, CRO, you can look it up. It's a whole discipline in and of itself. I did a podcast interview with you when you first started. It was about 5 years ago. Very cool. Hello, Mike. Glad I came across this live. Is it possible you check out my website, Evergreen Outdoor Services in Houston, Texas? All right, let's look it up. Evergreen Outdoor Services. You guys can pull me up on my secondary screen. All right, so I'm going to drop you in right here. Let's see if we can't find you. There it is. Okay, we're live. So again, if you want us to get you a live assessment of your website, put it in your URL or your business. Oh, well, you know what? I forgot about this. If you put a URL, a lot of times YouTube will block your comment. So go ahead and just put the name of your business like Evergreen Outdoor Services did. Just spell it out. I forgot about that. Make it so I can just copy and paste into Google because I forgot that URLs will be taken out of chat in YouTube now. Okay, get your personalized quote. Okay. No contracts, no pressure. Most quotes deliver within 24 hours. Okay, very good. Houston Lawn Care and Landscaping. I'm guessing that's Texas. Okay, Evergreen. All right, these go somewhere. Okay, they go. Okay, those are rated out. Let's go your share. Okay, all right. So I'm just looking where those go. So lawn care and landscaping, very good. So this image behind it, I would really question this image because it does show your yellow uniforms, which is okay, but it's hard to see those. They don't actually stand out. But more importantly is this could be an image from pretty much any lawn care service in the world. And so if that's true, I would change the image. Now, that being said, what just caught my eye is there was an image down here that was not that way. So see that image? could totally be done by anyone in the world. They could show that in their landscape videos. That one, not. So like, I like that one a lot more than that one because it shows people, it shows your uniforms. Ideally, you want to see your trucks though and your branding. How it works, convenient, fast, reliable. Book your service, we handle the details. Enjoy your outdoor service. Where do these go? These are clickable links. Okay, so something's off on your design. So see how when I go on here, you have this different form factor and it changes the color of the title from we handle the details to yellow, and then it shifts all of the text. Those are little design choices that you can lock in to make that less jolting. It's easier to read too if it doesn't go to white, yellow on white. I like little graphic animation. Yeah, the whole title thing changing to yellow whenever you're hovering over it, I would remove that. It's hard to read. And again, we're talking about people that are 75, 80 years old reading this. They don't have the best eyesight. You don't want yellow on white, in my opinion. 387 reviews. Let's go. I love how you got the plugin here too from Google. Very nice. Tells Google, hey, this is the actual website for this Google listing. It helps do that. Yeah. There's a lot of movement, which I'm fine with. Obviously, I think it looks like you wear yellow uniforms. I would make that more prominent in the photos instead of like these stock images. And I would, does this go anywhere? River Oaks Landscaping. Okay, cool. Tool Hub. I don't know what a Tool Hub is. Okay, I'm guessing it's like a blog. One thing I'm looking for, okay, good. We have services, and I'm assuming each of these have, okay, residential and commercial. Yeah, I don't know. Like, unless I usually don't see that being, like, you're gonna have a huge drop off when you go, like, having this they have to scroll to the right and go down. You're probably gonna lose about 30% of your traffic when they click on that button. So they go here. They just wanna see services. Traditionally. Now, if you're like, it's very important because I have a different phone number or something, okay, different divisions, that could make sense. But I like the fact that when I scroll, you do have different service pages for every single service. That is good. I can tell by the bottom left-hand corner there, sod installation. Very good. Okay, cool. So that is good. You got a button here. You got an S request form above the fold. So yeah, this is like a solid 8.2 out of 10. I would just love to see images that are not completely, could be used by anyone. I would rather see your trucks. I really don't know what your trucks look like. So I can kind of see it there in that one photo, but I would make a photo of your truck way bigger up top here. I think it's far more important than these little badges. And knowing that this is an actual local business is awesome. But more importantly, I need to make sure that the truck I saw doing a great job at my neighbor's house is this company. And so I need that to match up. Okay, we got a whole bunch flowing in. We got Ballock's Landscaping, okay? Yeah, sorry about that. When you put the URL only into YouTube, I forgot that it blocks your comment. So I'm gonna do Ballock's Landscaping. See here, looks like we got 100 reviews. So this, I kind of know where this site's already been built. Okay, we got Ballock's Landscaping at the top. So okay, great, we have service page. Do you have actual different service pages? We do, let's go. Now what's it say in the URL? Mulch installation. Okay, that's good, that's good. All right, I'm fine with that. So this, if you can, try to get away from this YouTube embed. One way to do this is like Wistia. It's free for your first 10 videos. So you can just upload this video into Wistia instead. Oh, you got a pop-up? Okay. Be careful of pop-ups in general. It can sometimes slow your site down. Google does not like pop-ups. It's kind of interesting how you have the video with the get a quote over it. Yeah, I would do Wistia. Up to 10 videos is free, and then you don't have all this YouTube shenanigans. Because all the thing I don't like about YouTube, when you host it there and you show it, watch what happens here. Oh, you have it on repeat. Not bad. But see, like, all these this is just confusing. All these buttons and stuff. You don't want to have like a control. It looks cheap. If you do Wistia, it'll immediately make this video look a lot better. But overall, I think it's a good starter site. It looks like you're just getting started. 2019, Xander Ballock. A lot of text on the home screen. I would rather there be an about page that you stick all this stuff on. So like about. Yeah, like you have all this information. Ooh, see this? This is good. I don't see any sort of, this looks way more premium without all of the YouTube paraphernalia around the edges. So that's really solid. Don't know what you're using there unless it's a YouTube embed inside of your web developer, like app that allows it to hide everything. If you can do it on the first page too, that'd be good. But otherwise, use Wistia. Little things like changing this from 2021 to 2026 would be good, just to make sure it shows that you're actually updating it. I would try to upgrade your email address to something besides Gmail. A lot of Gmail accounts will go to people's spam too. Just keep that in mind. But overall, for a starter site, I think this is good. I would rather, instead of having a get quote button, I would rather have the quote like form show up. Oh, what's happening? So I click on this. It just reloads this page. Oh, it's actually opening up my email. Y'all can't see this. It's opening up my email. So I would not recommend running your quoting system through email. I want to reduce friction for this customer as much as possible. And when you open up, like as it opens up now, you're in the subject of my email, it just says schedule an estimate. I've got to give you like certain information like address, phone number. I've got to tell you what services I need. I don't know that though. It's just an open text field for me to make an email. And so I would recommend making this a form, not a button. And I would put the form right up here at the top. I would make this video where it's in the background. And then on top of it, I would show, your trusted landscaping services for the state college area. And then next to it, I would show the actual form. And I don't know what web builder you're using for this exactly, but you could use something like Jotform or Paperform to make a nice little form that integrates, send you an email whenever it's done. So yeah, this is a good starter site though. It's better than nothing. I'm glad that you have service pages, but instead of the button going to email, I would create an actual form that people can see because that's why they're coming here. And when I clicked on get a quote, it took me a while to realize like, oh, this is actually, I'm sending you an email. That's usually not, like if I wanted to email you, I would click the email button. But when I say get a quote, I'm traditionally expecting some sort of estimate request form. All right, next up, let's see what we got here. We review our website, Maran Cleaning. Oh, in the UK, Norfolk, UK. All right, let's see here. Let me go over this direction. All right, so we got cleaning service. Here we go. Window cleaning specialists. All right, England. Let's go. Oh, I've seen this site before. Oh yeah, I've given feedback I think on this before. Okay, see that image is good. I don't know what that little graphic thing at the beginning. Just cut the graphic thing at the beginning. Like I thought like it's too. It doesn't have to do with what you do. Like the customer showing up your website. Like, do they do window cleaning? And do they service my area? And I'm like, yes, great. Let's get my price instantly. Ooh, okay, let's see what we got here. This is what best matches your home. Terraced flat, 3-5 bedroom. Okay, let's click on this one. Ooh, this is nice. Instant quote technology. Okay, 30 to 50, okay. Do you have a conservatory extension? No. Let's go, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Let's go. Last step, press book now instead of auto pay with Stripe. Oh, okay, see, I see what you're doing. So you're actually creating a product in Stripe, charging them 95 cents. Okay, I don't think that's bad. I'm glad you're doing the instant quote. I really like what you're doing here. This is a note for everyone else. This is a way to be able to get cards, is like charge them in Stripe. Just know that technically this is not PCI compliant because they're buying a 95-cent thing and then you're attaching them to a subscription. Just know that, just be careful. And then secondly is as soon as you do add this fee coming out, your conversion rate drops off a ton because there's a bunch, like now they're actually paying you and they haven't even seen you. And then they've had no communication. They don't know if you're actually legit. So traditionally, we like to just capture the card information and then charge them after the service has been done. Typically, instant quotes, whenever I require payment prior to service, there's a big drop in conversion because they feel like, are they even real? Like as much as people like doing service on webs online, like, are they even gonna show up? So traditionally, prepayment from an instant quote, you are gonna have quite a bit of drop off. But I love the effort. I absolutely love it. This is probably the best instant quote form I've ever seen outside of Augusta. I think that you're gonna have quite a bit of a drop off on your conversion by charging the 95 cents. And then I'm assuming on the back end, you're manually connecting, oh, you're probably in Stripe making this separately as a product. Interesting. That's definitely a workaround. So the only problem I have with this is just how long this instant quote kind of becomes. I would also question whether or not you need all this information. I would try to tie, I bet most people select one of these. I think you could probably like, is it less above or below 50 windows, and probably make this even cleaner. Yeah, I guess it just depends. Like, you'd want to look at how you want to see a distribution of how all the services you've done and make sure it's like accurate enough. But I just want to reduce as many options as possible. Frames, sills, doors included. Text reminder on the day before. 100% guarantee satisfaction. Okay, cool. Let's go. Okay, yeah. So again, this is really good. This is probably the best instant quote form I have seen outside of Augusta's, and what we will soon be making for Homeworks. But overall, the main thing that I would actually say here is this original background image. So 3, 2, 1, this image right here, I would try to get rid of it. Even the Maran's window cleaning, like that graphic, just cut that part of the video because it's up top. I just want to see what you're doing, your trucks, your uniforms. But really, honestly, I love how the emphasis is on getting the quote. Oh, yeah, get an instant quote, confirm and set up payment, we clean. I love that. It's really good. From what this used to be, I remember seeing this like a year or two ago. This is really, really good. Great job. Okay, now one thing I'm interested in is if you have service pages. I forget if last time you did that or not. Ah, you did. You added it. Let's go. Oh, yeah, very good. Okay, so one thing you might want to think about, conservatory roof cleaning, you might want to add a little bit, like they have this up at the top. Because if they're going to the service page, they've already seen that you do prices immediately. They want to actually like dive a little bit more into conservatory. You have like a paragraph or two that's SEO friendly before the instant quote. So I would put this stuff up at the top. Like even this whole, like all these images and stuff are actually really good. Because if they're diving into a service page, they do want more information. If they're just wanting a quote real quick, they'll stick on your homepage and you've made it pretty clear. It's like right here. So I would consider on your service pages moving that instant quote stuff down. Let's see here. We got your customer portal. Where's this going? Customer portal. Is this a dead link? Yeah, you gotta be careful with dead links. So this customer portal link doesn't go anywhere. Unless it's open. No, it's not opening up anywhere. So be careful of dead links in your menu specifically. Right now this is linking back to your homepage. Okay. Very good. I remember looking at your site, I think probably a year or two ago, you made huge improvements, so congratulations. We got Tidy Homes and Trimmed in New York. Let's bounce over here. New site going up in 3, 2, 1. Tidy Homes and Trimmed Lawns. I'm guessing you do cleaning and outdoor too. Oh, this is your Facebook page. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's always a red flag is when your Facebook page, oh, there it is. Nope, not a red flag. Your website is above it. Let's go. St. Louis County's Professionals Home Service, Residential Cleaning and Lawn Care. All right, our promises. Call or text today. All right. I would adjust like our promises, then show the promises, and then say call or text today. This is a little confusing here. Outdoor projects. Indoor projects. Okay, there's a lot of text, but that's okay. I think this is a one-page website. Okay, so this is okay for getting started. You have what I call one-page website, which means everything is on one page. Also, these images could just be increasing quality. I don't know if you're compressing them a bunch, but they're a little blurry. However, the biggest thing I see, lots of pictures, cool. As a customer, okay, you do home service, residential cleaning, and lawn care in St. Lawrence County, okay? It's also hard to read this green, this green on white up top here in your logo. But most importantly, this is a one-page website, meaning you do not have any service pages, unless, I could be wrong, maybe they're down here. So even these captions, I would just say like leaf cleaning. Like these are your services. It's essentially the services you do indoors and outdoors. This picture is really good. Shows kind of more overall what you all are doing. But see, right now everything is on one page. I want to see, what is it? TDY, what's it called? Tidy Homes, tidyhomestrimmedlawns.com/lawn care/cleaning/ the keyword that people are actually going to search in Google, that's what I want to be using for my service pages. And I'm going to have a different web page for every single service that you do. All right, let's continue on here. Let's see here. Paid for Squarespace, and they wouldn't let me put a video on my website. I'm sorry. Yeah, videos on websites in general, when it goes like, if you go cheaper, is difficult to look good, to be honest with you. All right, we got DNA electrical contractors. Let's check these out. Boom, boom. Again, if you ever need help, we can help you directly on your site, homeservicewebdesign.com/call. You get 15 minutes with our team completely free, and we'll walk you through what you can improve on your site, see if it makes sense to work with us. All right, professional electrician services, serving Walsall, West Midlands, and surrounding areas. Very good. So again, very clear in the fact that it's like, this is what we do, and this is who we serve. Okay, this looks very much like a home service web design site. Yeah, I think this is one of ours. I can just tell by the infrastructure of how we do our layout. And then each of these are gonna have a different page. Yep, let's go. We got service pages. Yeah, let's go. I can almost guarantee there's a home service web design site. Sometimes I can pick them up based on their name because we've done 1,000 of these. So let's go. So why choose us? Let's go. Looks clean. So if I could make any recommendations on this one, it would be photos that show your trucks and your equipment. This image is not great. And so at Home Service Web Design, I'm assuming this is a client of ours. We talk about it in the intro email with you, is we recommend a video. If at all possible, get the DJI Osmo. It's literally gonna cost you like 120 bucks, 100 bucks. Let's look it up right now. Let's go to Amazon and check this out. Okay, this is a hack for everyone, regardless of Amazon. And let's do, see here. All right. Let's do DJI Osmo. Actually, it's not even Osmo. It's the other one. It's the gimbal, mobile. There it is, the mobile. You don't even need this 7P thing. So this is the best of the best, the $103 one. It's the 7th version. If you get this gimbal, it attaches to your phone, which your phone can shoot like such good quality. You're gonna take your videos from like a 6 to a 9.5. This is the best $100 you'll ever spend. It'll save you spending $5,000 on a videographer for a day. But if you take this and you get clips for this for a day of your crew, stitch them together, we can put this on your site. So that's what I would recommend for DNA Electrical Services, is do that. Video your crew, your trucks moving around, stitch it together, 30 seconds we'll put in the background, or at least have a photo of your trucks and your crew and their uniforms right here. So like this, for example, this image could be used for any electrical contractor in the world. I don't want that. I want it to be your brand, your uniforms, your trucks. Now, I understand if you're just getting started, you don't have a lot of images, and that's why it looks like you're using a lot of these other images that are more stock. That's fine, but eventually, like the 2.0 version of this is a video with a nice gimbal, so it's nice and smooth, and we will do that on the back end, make sure it's all integrated well for you. But, or at least do a photo of your trucks, your equipment, your crew on here. So when people see you out in the field at a contractor site and they go to your website, they see this. So yeah, again, this is a classic. We always want to have our estimate request form above the fold because this is the actual reason they're coming to the site. And that's the reason I want them to be here, is to get their contact information. All right, in the comments, we got, being that we're going to drill down lawn, landscape, and snow, should we change our name from Tidy Homes and Trimmed Lawns to Tidy Lawn Experts, as that also our name on YouTube? Yeah, potentially. Like if 80% of your revenue is coming from lawn, throwing in the Tidy Homes, and it's also a long URL. So I think when you come to upgrading your site, I would consider changing the name of the business. You could also just do a DBA, doing business as, on top of your current business license, and then just change it to Tidy Lawns, or Trimmed Lawns, or whatever you want to call it. And then also change your URL so it's not so long. Let's see here. Wix free version is much better than Squarespace. Squarespace email forms, I'll try to change. Thank you. Okay, very good. Thanks so much. I set up the payment. Oh, this is from the instant quote form from Maran Cleaning. I set up the 95-cent payment as couldn't find another way to set up auto charge without creating a complicated, buggy work. Yeah. Like instant quotes are very difficult. So what you're doing there definitely works as long as you're not seeing too much of a drop off. The challenging part, you don't even know if they dropped off because they just leave your site. So if I was you, I'd at least split test like 2 different pages. Like if you ran ads to 2 and see like how many more leads do I get if I just don't request the 95 cents and I send them a text or an email asking for the card information. Because as soon as you ask for money before doing services on instant quotes, we see a big drop off in conversion rate. All right, let's see here. We got a quick question. Would you invest into backlink building or solely focus on SEO and conversion rate optimization? Thank you for checking the website out. Yeah, like backlinks, especially with AI, are becoming less and less important. Is it weighted somewhat? Yes. But everyone that's trying to hack around good design and a site that actually looks good to a customer and converts well, it's just a hacky way that eventually Google gets rid of. So in the back in the day, one of the best ways to rank on Google was to actually put white text on a white background, just saying your services and your zip codes and your city names as many times as possible. And no one would see it because it's invisible essentially, but it looked good to Google. They flush that stuff out. And so anytime you're doing anything that seems hacky on your website, guarantee you it's going to be flushed out by Google in terms of ranking because they don't want a bad user experience. They're actually trying to figure out which websites are satisfying the customer. Think about it from their perspective. They want people to keep using Google. So they want to make sure that when someone goes off of Google to a website that they were looking for, they have a good experience. So their whole job is to optimize that search for a good experience for the customer, not for the one that's like the best keywords or the best links to it. Like that's not what they're optimizing for. Does the customer, are they satisfied with that search and with the results that they were given from Google? So that's why like you gotta step back like more and more with AI. It's like just take a common sense approach to will this convert well and will this get me more leads and does it look good to customers? If it takes a long time to load, customers don't like it. If it's hard to find the estimate request form, customers aren't gonna like it. If there's buttons that you have to zoom way in on and they click on them and they don't work, the customer's not gonna like it. So Google has figured out like, oh, if there's links that aren't working, if there's buttons that aren't working, if there aren't clear infrastructure of the page for service pages, like probably not going to be a good customer experience. Don't send them there. Don't rank them well on Google. All right, we got a bunch of comments coming in. Site clean. Let's see here. Staining Grain LLC. All right, based out of Kansas City, Missouri. Pull me up on the other screen there, Jace. There you go. Let's hop into here. Boom. Staining Grain. We got 47 Google reviews. Looks like a woodworking company. All right. Oh, we do staining. Let's go. All right. So let's see here. Oh, I love these things. I don't know. These things are just so satisfying. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Gotta love it. All right. Get your estimate. So first off, I don't know where you serve. So your local staining experts, I don't know where you serve. You told me Kansas. Let's go. Kansas City. So I would put that right here. Your local staining experts serving Kansas City, Missouri, or wherever the county is that you're serving. I would also probably stay like wood staining, if that's what you do. Because I didn't even know what that meant right off the bat. Just like staining grain, I thought like maybe woodworking. But staining, now it makes sense. Staining wood, I'm assuming. So your wood staining experts in Kansas City, Missouri, that would probably work better in my opinion. Also, this request or get your estimate. If we click this, if it goes to a different page, yeah. So you have a huge like 30% drop off, right? Oh, this is a Jobber form. Yeah. So look, I have no problem with Jobber. We have also work request forms from Copilot, but like these do not optimize for conversion. These optimize for I don't know how to build a form. Okay. If I see this as a customer and I want to fill all this information out, you have a huge drop off of lead conversion. I would much rather, first off, not have it on a different site, a page. As soon as you have a different page and they have to load a new page, 30% dropped off right away. So I would push this off to the left-hand side. I would, right here on the right-hand side, I would have my form and I'd just compress it into like a 1/3 of this page, showing their name, what services they need, what address, their phone number, rock and roll. Let's see here, services. Yeah, this is cool. Deck standing. Ooh, this is cool. It'd be really dope if you could show your trucks or equipment doing the work. Cause see these images are stock images that you could have just put your logo on. Do I believe that? No, I think you did this. That looks great. But the customer doesn't know that. And so if they drove by someone's house and they saw you staining their deck, like, whoa, it looks really good. I need them to be able to see the truck that they just saw at their neighbor's house right when they get to this website. So that's gonna be right at the top. And then ideally, this would be really cool. This would be, okay, here's next level. On these before and after photos, when they slide over, I want you standing right here in your uniform with your thumbs up. That signals to them that you did this work. This is the after, and they see your uniform. So that's what I would do for these before and afters. I would show you with your thumbs up in your uniform, and then I would try to use your truck throughout these images instead of just these random ones, which I know you did the work, let's go, but either your uniform or your truck needs to be in here. That's how you brand these, because these logos can be popped on anything. Again, when it comes to things like AI, people are not trusting images and videos that they see. So I'm gonna prove to them, like, I was there, I'm right there. And there's my truck that you just saw driving outside. It's now on my website. Okay, it's real. So there's a lot of white space up here. I think that optimizing for them, giving you their information via the form is gonna be the move. It's not gonna be making them scroll down twice, going to a different website, a different URL. Those are just gonna add so much friction in terms of conversion rate optimization. I think you double the amount of leads you get by moving that button from a button to an actual form, pushed over on the right-hand side. Say that it's your local wood staining experts in Kansas City, Missouri. I think if you just did those two things, you'd probably double the amount of leads you get from this website. Let's go. All right, this looks like a WordPress. Honestly, I had no clue deck staining was a niche. Very cool. Okay, very cool. All right, so that is it for today. If you have any questions and you want us to look at your site, my team, we do this every single day. We've done this for over 1,000 home service websites. You can go to lawncarewebdesign.com/call if you're in the green industry, or homeservicewebdesign.com/call if you are in any other industry, and you can book a 15-minute consult with my team. We'll see if it works and if it's actually gonna make sense to work with us, or if you'd just be better off optimizing a few things on your site. We will tell you that. If you're doing under $200,000 in annual revenue, focus on your Google reviews, focus on using Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, a free platform, a $50 per month platform, but focus more on upsells and boots on the ground marketing. But once you start thinking about spending $1 on marketing, spend every dollar you possibly can on web design and SEO. That's what we do at Home Service Web Design every single day for thousands of home service business owners. And I truly believe that if you do that, you could double the amount of leads you get just by increasing your conversion rate. And there's no reason to go spend money on ads if you're driving all of that ad traffic to a site that doesn't convert. So that's the order of operations when it comes to growing. But feel free to book a call with the team, regardless of what industry you're in. We'll look at your site, see what we think we can actually improve, and give you a realistic understanding of not just the cost, but also like what are we going to change. On average, within 12 months, the average company that works with us doubles their lead count. This is why our retention rate is 98%, like literally 2% churn. Once you're doubling your leads, you'll be like, okay, good investment. If you just double the leads, double your conversion rate, that means that every time you set a $100 customer acquisition cost, that just became $50 if you can get more customers to convert to a paying lead from your website. So it's the best dollars you'll spend ever when it comes to marketing, assuming you're trying to grow and grow quickly. All right, go check it out, homeservicewebdesign.com/call, lawncarewebdesign.com/call, and next time I will continue to analyze more of your websites. Thanks so much.